What's going on, guys? Tori Hughes here, Mandolin Rising Construction. I wanted to put this video together talking about one of my biggest mistakes when I started my company. I was in the first year of stepping out on my own, trying to do this full time. And I had no idea how to price a job. I just didn't know what things cost, didn't have any experience putting together estimates and trying to figure out labor costs, material costs. And so I was just kind of guessing, and I was desperate. I just wanted to fill the schedule. So I kind of tried to figure out what was the cheapest I could do something for, just trying to win jobs. And so I learned very quickly that was not a good way to develop a business and not a good way to provide for my family, just to do things as cheap as I could. And I actually had a client kind of call me on this once. So I was doing a job for somebody. It was a real light kind of kitchen refresh. It was like maybe a 3 or 4 day job, and we just did new countertops, did some drywall repairs, new paint, new faucets, just a couple little things to do a little refresh. And towards the end of the job, she said, "Hey, I guess this was maybe the last day of the job, or I think." As we were getting wrapped up and ready to leave, she said, "Hey, it feels like you didn't price this job right, and you're trying to just wrap up as quickly as you can just to get out of here so that you don't have to come back another day and have another day or another half day invested." And she was right. I had blown through the budget on this job. I had a guy working with me, and in my mind, I couldn't afford to bring him back for another day. So had I stayed on and done the last little bits to put this job together, I would have just eaten a day's worth of labor. And I didn't have any infrastructure to be able to cover that cost. So I was just trying to rush through and just get the job done and move on to the next one. And unfortunately, a lot of contractors, they operate that way. They're trying to just undercut other contractors. They have clients who are trying to price shop, and they just do it for as cheap as they can. And the adage is you get what you pay for. And so I learned over the course of the first 18 months that I needed to shift the way that I priced jobs, because I felt like I was on a hamster wheel. And I was just going from job to job and just breaking even and just trying to figure out how to get in and out as quickly as I can. I didn't feel like I could settle in and focus on the job and make sure everything was dialed in and intentional, and we weren't making mistakes and we weren't rushing through. And so I think that's something worth considering as you're looking at potential contractors and potential price points. If you are trying to get something done and save a little bit of money, is that really going to get you what you want? And so the first 90% of any job, that's the easy part. You put up walls, you can blow out walls, it's getting stuff in the space, getting stuff moved. That stuff, it moves quickly. You can see a lot of progress quickly. It's gratifying, and a lot of contractors, anybody could do that. It's that last 10% of getting everything dialed in, everything perfect. That's where a lot of guys, they run out of budget, they run out of time, and they just can't get that thing over the edge, over the finish line. Honestly, because they didn't price their job right, and they don't have enough labor built in. So I'm sure you've heard stories of contractors who start a job and then you don't see them for a week or two, and I guarantee what's going on is they started the job, they ran out of money, so they moved on to the next job so they get the deposit, and in their mind they're trying to figure out how to take that deposit and leverage it back on the previous job. And so you may not see your contractor for a week or two because he's trying to figure out how to get some capital so he can get your job done. So I was that contractor. It took me a little bit to figure that out. And I just want you to be aware of that, to consider that's a huge factor. And if you want something done right, it's going to cost a little bit more. And so I understand that there's a time and a place for getting, the cheapest bid possible. Maybe it's a rental, maybe it's your first home, maybe you just don't have the budget and it's something that you need to get done, not something that you want to have done. Like if you do a custom bathroom remodel, that's not something you need done, that's something you want done. So if we're talking about spending potentially tens of thousands of dollars on a bathroom remodel, is it worth saving a couple grand and get somebody who potentially can't get it all the way across the finish line? Or is it worth investing in a company that's reputable, that's going to give you the one-on-one attention that you deserve, make sure that there's no miscommunications? I would love to be able to offer that service, that experience to you. So anyway, hope you guys are crushing it. If you want to chat about a basement or a bathroom remodel, I would love to chat with you about it. We work up here in Hamilton County. That's Carmel, Fishers, Noblesville, Westfield. We even go over to Zionsville, Boone County. Would love to chat with you. I hope this was helpful. It's just something worth considering. And yeah, love to work with you.